Hello, beautiful soul. I'm Samantha of Senses of the Soul, and this is my October 2023 Ascension Energies Update. So this month's theme is about transmuting our trauma because we had quite a bit of emotional trauma and reactivity come up in September that we are now starting to process as it was deeply repressed. It's now coming up. And we have the opportunity moving into October to bring in a new level of wisdom, intuition, and deep personal transmutation. So if last month left you really emotionally raw or bewildered, ungrounded, depleted, there's a lot of fatigue, a lot of people getting ill again due to a lot of fear. And also you may have been feeling like your relationships were off. And there may have been things happening in your relationships where you're unsure going forward. It triggered a lot of old things for you, old feelings, old patterns. But October's Ascension energies really offer us the chance to reclaim more balance and inner harmony. So now we're cracked open to another level of emotional vulnerability. And as I said, this really caused us to bang up against each other in September, unfortunately. There was not a lot of room for deep, connected, heartfelt conversation because there was so much reactivity. However, now that we're moving from the fourth and heart chakra that we worked with in September, we're moving to the sixth chakra, working with the mind and this brow chakra during October. So these repressed emotions and wounding that came up and inner pain that arose now give way to this opportunity for personal transmutation and deeper spiritual wisdom. So what is personal transmutation? So it's different from transformation. It's the process of being with uncomfortable and undesirable feelings and experiences while loving yourself in a very cathartic process that will probably make you feel very uncomfortable. So sitting in this discomfort versus reacting to your environment or to those around you is a big part of how you will heal through this process. And in healing that anger and grief and sorrow in this way, then you're not easily triggered. We don't become easily triggered. We're less reactive, so we can be more fully present with each other. We can have more self-love for ourselves. And this brings in more non-judgment. So non-judgment is something we're looking for as we move through October and out the other side, is to just really sit in and be able to see things and be wise about it versus being reactive and shaming and blaming, and whether that's to ourselves or to others. I mean, really, it just all blends together and it does not feel good at all. It felt to me like in September, there was a lot of sadness in the collective, that people really felt unheard and angry. And it was sad because really in the end, we all want the same thing. And as we move into October, we have the opportunity to very much not lose ourselves in the past or the future and move into a much more stronger, more intuitively guided direction for ourselves once we move past all of this trauma. And this is where we can embrace more karmic freedom. And as we continue to do that more and more and have better co-creative relationships and a stronger container for deepening the connection with our souls. So transmutation can be intense. It's really starting as we move into this September, the end of September. We have the super full moon, September 29th in Aries. And it requires a lot of resilience and commitment to processing time. So please continue to take the time, the space to process what's coming up for you instead of trying to push through it or pretend it's not there. You'll also be having a lot more physical symptoms, particularly in the third chakra this month, as well as within what's happening in the mind. We still have things moving through the heart chakra, but the third chakra is going to shift. As I said, it's shifting all year long so that we can move into more empowerment and better self-worth and self-esteem. That's going to affect our digestion, And again, depending on how much you hold in your body versus letting it out emotionally, right? And everybody's a little bit different. So take a look at that. But we're going to shift a lot in that third chakra this month, particularly as we move through the annular solar eclipse, which we have in mid-month. So as we do this, and October is also in North America anyway, if you live in North America, we're moving into the fall, we're moving into the darker days. And so this gives us an opportunity to really help this transmutation process. The veil thins between the worlds and the timelines, and we can absolutely move through more quickly through our healing process. Plus, we're in high activity solar season as we move through this year and next year. So we've got high solar activity when we go through these types of high solar cycles. That really helps us as well. I know it can feel painful because it's a lot of shifting very quickly. However, this really helps us transmute our trauma, really will help us turn lead into gold. And that's the alchemical process we'll be going through in October. And as we do this, our wisdom and our intuition grows, our psychic capabilities grow. You know, I talked about how our multisensory system is going to continue to expand and expand. We've only just started to really understand this. And the 6 chakra archetypes that help us, so this is the 6th chakra that we're working on this coming month, are the sage and the alchemist. And these will really help anchor in this process of metamorphosis. And that will then lead us to embrace a deeper sense of wholeness and inner divinity. So these 2 archetypes really remind us that we have other ways of knowing and support divine guidance and the voice of the heart to really come through us so that we can hear that we really download divine guidance and listen to what that's telling us. And then we're able to speak our needs, really say what we need, speak our truth. And as we become clearer here as well, it really helps us restore clear vision as we move past the trauma, which doesn't allow us to really sit in this prefrontal cortex and be discerning, right? As we can clear that, then we really can bring our discernment and our intuition to a higher level. And this helps us all be in better right relationship with each other and with ourselves, more importantly. And the alchemist then, as we move through and alchemize this, it really gives us the confidence to carry our inner transformation out into the world and to create positive change for ourselves, step more into our purpose, and therefore help others. So this really is giving us the opportunity to, you know, transmute, which is to transform and be transformed and move to a whole new level. So if you can't quite see the way through, please have faith that things are going to shift for you. Things will work out maybe in a way you didn't even expect because, as I said, it's led to gold. And just when you've given up hope, something will come through for you. Again, this isn't about forcing or controlling anymore. This is about being in the flow of divine creation, but allowing that masculine and feminine to come into wholeness into us and to support us. And about us stepping into our power in a way of self-mastery. Right? We absolutely can live this way where we let go of the victim in us, in each of us, and step into, as I said, right relationship with ourselves and therefore with each other. So psychospiritual symptoms to watch for this month would be things like, because with the way that the head is being impacted, okay, this will hit more of pituitary gland, the hypothalamus, so hitting the endocrine system, which again controls the cascade of hormones. So you may already be noticing, because this amped up at the beginning of September even and kept going a little bit more, is that things like hormones overall will be out of whack. Thyroid, I'm seeing that more in my practice more and more. Things like heart rate, blood pressure, digestion is really off, and the immune system. So the immune system, because the immune system is connected to the root chakra, and we're really working on that victim in us this year, the victim archetype. So when we feel unsafe, and unsafe especially in relationships that bring up trauma, then that affects our immune system, which is tied into that root chakra. So really support yourself, nourish yourself. Take that downtime I talked about. Okay, support your immune system. If you're feeling draggy or fatigued, be good to yourself. Laugh. Enjoy life when you can. Be with the people right now that do feel safe to you. That's important too. Okay, but going forward, we are going to have better relationships. Please know that. And let's try to all come from our hearts more this month. That's what my hope is for us, that as we move through out of this trauma, that as a collective, we can move more deeply into our heart and forgive ourselves and forgive others. Let's have a clean slate and listen more to each other. So October dates that we've got quite a few. I won't go through all of them. I have those in my written update on my website, so please take a look at that. And I send out a monthly newsletter, so please sign up for that if this resonates with you. But we have October 14th, a new moon in Libra, along with the annular solar eclipse. So that's more balancing point, particularly with that masculine as it comes through in us. And then we have a full moon in Taurus and a partial lunar eclipse on October 28th. So lots of nice balancing and grounding this month. Balancing, grounding. Libra's balancing, Taurus is grounding. So just grab onto that energy if you've been having a really hard month, hard year, and know that we are coming to the apex of our healing for this year. All right. So hang on to that, if nothing else, at this point. And I have a number of products to support you this month. So again, I work with vibrational medicine in the form of essences and herbal elixirs, teas, sprays, all of it to vibrationally help support, shift, and bring in those higher templates that we need to help you hold archetypes, hold archetypal energy, hold different ways of being, new ways of being. So I have my Sage Elixir and Essence, my Alchemist Elixir and Essence. I have my Empowered Rebel Essence. So we're working on this new Earth archetype, the Empowered Rebel, all year. And we're still in the water cycle of creation. So that's all about wisdom and flow. So going into more introspection, really bringing us into more truthful and compassionate communication that nurtures relationships. Yes, please. Okay, letting go of criticism, releasing blame, seeing patterns blocking our growth. All of this is coming in, more renewed hope, more playfulness. That's part of that water cycle, which is lovely. And then I have my soul chakra tea, my Thrive Immune tea, again, supports your immune system. Please, please, please. I'm seeing lots of dips in that in clients. We really need to do that. And of course, I've also got my sweetgrass spray this month on sale for more peace, love, and harmony. So have a beautiful healing month. I hope this was helpful for you. And I'm sending you hope, love, joy, peace, and balance. And let's all come into better and right relationship with each other moving forward. I will see you in November.